Croeso or Pub to the end of year deals PSN sale, and it's about time we had a decent sale, because after the scam there was the Black Friday sale. This is unbelievable. You definitely don't want to miss this one, that's for sure. And I've done a great job. I found over £669 worth of discounts for you, so you can save literally hundreds and hundreds of pounds in this sale. So watch the whole video and subscribe so you never have to pay full price for a game again. And hey, you might even find some new cool games you never knew about as well. Okay, this sale ends on the 22nd of December, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Okay, let's look at the games. Up first is 7 Days to Die. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £5.99, which is really good. This is a first-person survival game, with 2-player offline co-op and 4-player online co-op, and it's basically Minecraft but more realistic, in an actual real-world location with cities and towns and that sort of thing. So it's basically an open-world zombie apocalypse survival game simulation, where you have to survive for as long as possible, with every 7 days being attacked by a horde of zombies. I've seen this game played a lot, and it looks awesome. It looks like a lot of fun, but you really need a group of friends to play it with, ideally. So if you have a group of friends to play it with, you'll have a lot of fun. But if not, you could get a lot of fun out of it anyway. It's a really good game. Take a look at it. Our next game is Accel World vs Sword Art Online. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and it's on an 84% discount for the price of £7.19, which is pretty decent. It's usually on that price when it's on sale, so it's pretty consistent at least. In this action RPG, the game worlds of Sword Art Online and Accel World have begun to merge, and you soon discover that Yui from Sword Art has vanished, and you must now journey to challenge the 7 Kings of Pure Color from Accel World in order to find her. You get to recruit characters from a large roster of both series and take to the skies with flying abilities using magic and sword skills to slay enemies. All in all, it looks like a pretty decent action RPG, but if you're a fan of Accel World, Sword Art Online, or both, you'll get a lot more out of it. And if you're not, then you might want to look at one of the other RPGs, because there's plenty around at the moment. Our next game's a puzzle adventure, Agatha Christie's The ABC Murders. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the crazy price of £1.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an awesome deal. In this puzzle adventure, you play as the legendary Hercule Poirot as you investigate the ABC murders by travelling the UK, investigating crime scenes, solving puzzles, and cross-examining witnesses to close in on the murderer to solve the case. I'm a big fan of Hercule Poirot. I used to like watching it as a kid, and I love puzzle games, so I'm amazed I've never heard of this game before. It looks really awesome, and it's at a crazy low price, so I've picked this up myself. I think I'll enjoy it, and if you're a fan of puzzle games, or Hercule Poirot, or both, then you'll really enjoy it too. I think anyway. Why not take a look at it if you're as excited as I am about it? Our next game is Alien Isolation: The Collection. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £9.59, which is awesome. It includes nearly £35 worth of DLC, including the campaign from the first movie, which is awesome. If you're a fan of the movies, you definitely want to play that. It's like you're there, and it's the most accurate representation of the movie you'll ever see in gaming so far. This game is a survival horror, set 15 years after the events of Alien, where you play as Ellen Ripley's daughter, who learns that the Nostromo black box has been found, so she joins the retrieval team to look for answers. But as she reaches Sevastopol Station, she soon becomes trapped in a living nightmare, facing the same horrors as her mother. This is a very easy game to recommend. If you're a fan of survival horror and you haven't played this, you really should. It's an awesome game, with an awesome franchise attached to it, and really good AAA production values. And if you're a fan of Alien and you like horror, definitely pick this up. It's a very easy sell for anyone that's interested in this. You'll love it. We have some VR next. Battle Wake. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £6.24, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal. This is a VR pirate ship combat simulator with move controller support, which makes it really cool to play. In this game, you get to pick one of 4 pirate lords in solo, co-op, and PvP VR ship combat. It features 13 real and fantastical ship weapons, and you get to earn gold to upgrade your ship and skill set. And it includes a load of VR comfort settings for new VR players as well, so it's pretty friendly for everyone. This is pretty much your only option if you like ship combat in VR, and it's a really good one, so you should definitely take a look at it if you're interested. We have some RPG adventure next, with Beast Quest. It was released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really cool deal. This is an RPG adventure based on the best-selling books, where you get to journey to save the kingdom of Avantia from ruin by releasing epic beasts from the control of the dark wizard Malvel. It features big boss battles, varied environments, and hundreds of side quests. This looks like a really good family-friendly RPG adventure, so why not take a look? More action next. Code Vein Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and is on a 78% discount for the price of £14.29, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a pretty decent deal. And you get a lot of extra content in this edition as well, like the entire season pass, and the Mia bonus content, as well as the Insatiable Bloodthirst accessory pack. So it's not too bad with all that included as well. This is a third-person action RPG, set after a mysterious disaster in a future apocalypse where the last few hidden survivors called Vayne are blessed with power in exchange for their memories and a thirst for blood, risking becoming one of the bloodthirsty lost forever by utilising their powers more and more. This game features co-op gameplay, which is really awesome and unique for an RPG. I wish more games would include this. So if you're a fan of Code Vein, or you like the sound of the unique RPG elements, then you might be very interested in this game. But otherwise, there's plenty of other RPGs to look at, and better deals as well if you're not interested in Code Vein specifically. Up next is Darksiders Genesis. It was released in 2020, so it's only a year old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £10.49, which isn't bad. This is an isometric RPG, where the world is still reeling from the annihilation of the Nephilim, and war and strife have a new assignment, to hunt and defeat the master demons of Lucifer himself, while unraveling a demonic conspiracy along the way. It features 2-player offline and online multiplayer as well, so it's great to play with a friend. This series is a really great series and it's really popular, but this is a different game than normal. The rest of the series are action-adventure games, and this is more of an isometric RPG, so if you're used to the normal games, be careful before you pick it up. But hey, if you like isometric RPGs, then this is a pretty decent one, and it's got a really cool story linked to the series. So if you're a fan of the series, you'll really enjoy that as well. I'd say you should pick this up if you're a fan of the series and you like isometric RPGs. But if you're not a fan of the series, or you haven't played isometric RPGs before, then you might want to start elsewhere because this is still not that cheap. So one for the fans mainly, I think. Our next game is Dishonored Definitive Edition. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and it's on a 50% discount for the price of £7.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a pretty decent deal. And it includes 4 DLC, with 3 content updates and some bonus items as well, so you're getting a lot included for the price. In this FPS, you've been framed for the assassination of the Empress, and now your only option is to ally with the Loyalists, a resistance group fighting to reclaim Dunwall, while the mysterious outsider grants you supernatural abilities to succeed in your mission. This game had a lot of praise when it came out, and it's very popular, especially the sequel as well. It's got a cool combat system that involves melee weapons and ranged weapons, along with your abilities combined. You can fight in many different ways and approach missions in different ways as well. You can stealth missions, you can go in all guns blazing. It gives you a lot of variety in the gameplay, and a lot of different ways to enjoy yourself. So if you like your first-person shooters with great stories and great gameplay, you'll really enjoy this. And it's very different to the usual World War II knockoffs as well. So if you like the sound of that, why not take a look? It's a really great game from a great franchise. And if you've never played a first-person shooter with a great story before, then there are better deals around, so you might want to look around instead. More VR next. Doom 3 VR Edition. It was released in 2021, so it's brand new, and it's on a 60% discount for the low price of £6.39, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal for a VR game of this quality. This VR FPS supports aim controllers, which is awesome because the aim controller is the best way to play first-person shooters. I have one and I absolutely love it. It's criminal that not all VR FPSs support it, it really is. In any case, this edition includes both DLC expansions as well, the Resurrection of Evil and the Lost Mission, so you're getting the complete game as well, which is great. In this game, a demonic invasion has overwhelmed the Union Aerospace Corporation's Martian research facility, and as one of the few surviving Marines with an arsenal of deadly weapons, you must fight your way to hell and stop the invasion. This is basically the entire Doom 3 game completely converted to VR, which is awesome. If you're a Doom fan, this is essential for you. And if you're a VR fan and you don't have many first-person shooters, this is a full game recreated in VR. You can't ask for much more. It's a dream come true, really is. Well worth checking out. An RPG is next. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. It was released in 2014, so it's 4 years old, but it's a remaster of an older game, and it's on a 60% discount for the price of £7.99, which is really good. This edition is remastered in full HD and includes all of the DLC ever released, so it's a good deal. In this action RPG, you play as the Arisen, the prophesized warrior who is predicted to face and slay a dragon to stop the coming apocalypse. It features a huge open world to explore, with 9 character classes to choose from and 3 AI companions to journey with, while utilizing devastating skills and magic to combat the numerous enemies and monsters. This game is really highly reviewed and thought of, and I'm dying to play it myself. I love Dragon Age, except the second game because that one sucked, but in my mind this is the next best thing, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. So if you're into fantasy RPGs, you should definitely take a look at this at some point, especially at this price. We have a point-and-click adventure next, Edna and Harvey the Breakout Anniversary Edition. It was released in 2020, so it's only a year old, but it's a remake of a much older game really. But it is on a nice discount of 90% for a price of £1.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it and an awesome deal. It's usually way more expensive than this. This edition is completely remastered, with completely redrawn graphics, new technology and modern controls as well, which makes it much better to play than the original. In this point-and-click adventure, Edna wakes up with no memories, and she has no idea how she ended up in a sanatorium cell, but she wants out now, so sets out to escape with her plushy bunny Harvey, meeting loads of weird inmates along the way. This is a great game at a great price for fans of the genre. If you love point-and-click adventures, you'll really enjoy this game, especially at this price. But if you've never played a point-and-click adventure before, then this is a good price to pick up one for. But you might want to think about it first, because these games are well known for having obtuse logic and some pretty confusing puzzles sometimes. But hey, they have a niche market, and the people that love them really love them. So at this price you might want to take a chance, and you might just find one of your new favourite game genres. Our next game is a VR DJ game, Electronauts. It was released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £3.39, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good discount. This is a VR DJ music synthesis game, where move controllers are required, so if you don't have them you can't play it. In this game you get to become one with the beat, and create music no matter your skill level. It features over 80 songs from top artists, like Childish Gambino, to sample from and remix into your own creations. This game's even been used for live performances at places such as EDC, E3 and XSSW, so it must be capable of making some pretty decent songs if it's been used for live events in the past, even if they were publicity events. This looks like a really awesome VR game for any creative audio fans out there. You'll have a lot of fun with this if that fits your personality. We have a bundle next, Far Cry 5 and Far Cry New Dawn Ultimate Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's only 2 years old, and it's on at least a 75% discount for the price of £23.99 or £19.19 with PS Plus, which is quite a high price, but considering it includes 2 AAA games with all of their DLC and expansions, it's pretty decent and definitely worth a look, as this edition includes Far Cry 5 Gold Edition with the Season Pass and Deluxe Pack included, and also the New Dawn Deluxe Edition with the Deluxe Pack included as well. So you get an absolutely huge amount of content thrown in with these 2 games, which is why it's worth looking at. In these first-person shooters, it's time to be a good American and save Hope County from a cult who are besieging the local community in Far Cry 5, or survive in a vibrant post-apocalyptic Hope County while fighting the ruthless highwaymen in New Dawn. Just be careful which one you pick up, because Far Cry 5 Gold Edition is on sale at the moment, but it's literally more expensive than this entire bundle if you've got PS Plus. So if you're going to buy that, you might as well buy this, save money, and get another game and all of the DLC for free. It's ridiculous that it works out like that, so be careful which one you get. All of the Far Cry games are really good open world action games, and these are no exception. Number 4 is considered the best, but hey, at this price, if you've played number 4 and you haven't played these, this is a good opportunity to get all of the content from this release at a pretty decent price. And if you've never played a Far Cry game before, especially an open world one, then I'd recommend you start with one of the older ones or a different series instead, because you can pick them up cheaper than this, and then you can always pick these up later if you enjoy the genre when they're a bit cheaper. So if you're not sure, take a look around. More old school now, Flashback. It was released in 2018, but it's much older than that really, and it's on a 90% discount for the crazy price of £1.59. This is an adventure game set in 2142. With no memories, you awaken on Titan, a colonized moon of Saturn. With your kidnappers and enemies snapping at your heel, you must find a way back to Earth while unraveling an extraterrestrial threat along the way. This was a really big game back in the day, but it's famous for being difficult as much as it is good. So if you're not a fan of old school games where the difficulty is quite high, then you may not want to take a look at this. But if you're an old school fan, or you've got the patience to make it through this game, you'll probably enjoy it a lot. Oh look, what a coincidence. Look what's on sale now the Black Friday scam's gone. Jump Force Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and it's on an 89% discount for the price of £8.57, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an absolute con that it wasn't on sale in the Black Friday sale. Shame on you, Sony. Bad, Sony. Go to bed, you're grounded. And it's a really good price, as this edition includes £24.99 worth of DLC, with the 9 additional characters Trafalgar D. Waterloo, Madara Uchiha, Boo, Biscuit Kruger, Katsuki Bakugo, All Might, Grimjaw Jaeger Yavez, Hitsugaya Toshiro, and Set Kaiba. This unique 3D fighter includes characters from a number of Jump franchises, including Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and more. So if you're a big fan of anime, you've probably heard of all of these franchises, and if you like fighting games, this might just be a dream come true for you. I mean, you'll never see Naruto fight Goku anywhere else, right? Anyway, it's a pretty good deal, so if you're interested, pick it up. But if you're just a fighting fan and you don't care about anime, you'll probably want to pick up something else instead. Up next is my star buy, Jurassic World Evolution. It was released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and it's on 85% discount for the low price of £5.54, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an awesome deal. In this management sim, on the famous islands of the Muertos Archipelago, you get to build your own Jurassic Park, bioengineering dinosaurs, building the park to contain them, expanding the islands, and choosing your own journey with a story full of iconic characters from the series. Just be careful which version you pick up, because the cheapest way to get this game is to buy the base edition on sale and then buy the expansion collection when that goes on sale as well. I've got this game myself, I recently completed it, and I loved it. If you're a fan of management games, and especially if you like Jurassic Park, you'll really enjoy this. Like I said, it's my star buy. You'll have a great time. I did. We have a 2D action-adventure game next, Legends of Ethernal. It was released in 2020, so it's only a year old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is pretty good. In this game, a boy returns home, finding it in ruins and his parents have vanished, so he sets out to find his parents and uncover the truth behind what happened, changing their world forever. It features crafting, puzzles, and Metroidvania mechanics as well. The graphics look really different and unique in this game, and it includes a lot of great game mechanics as well, like crafting and Metroidvania stuff. If you're a fan of Metroidvania platformers and games with crafting, this is perfect for you because it's a bit of a mixture of a few genres, but all of the cool stuff. To be honest, it's pretty tempting for me. I might even pick it up myself. And if you've never played a 2D action adventure game before, then this looks like a really good one, and it's at a decent price. So you might want to consider picking it up and trying this genre for the first time. But if you're not sure, don't worry, there's plenty more games like this on sale usually, so you can always pick one up in another sale instead. We have an action game next, Mitsurugi Kamui Hikae. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the low price of £1.89, which is really cheap. In this third-person action game, you play Japanese schoolgirls with absolutely massive swords as you enter arenas full of enemies that you must defeat to survive. It features unlockable techniques and a variety of attacks and abilities to utilize. There's not much to this game, but if you're a fan of action games and you love Japan or anime, and the themes that come with that, then you'll probably have a lot of fun with this. I've heard it compared to Devil May Cry, so if you like that series you might want to check it out as well. And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, at this low price, why not take a chance? You might just love it and find yourself a new genre that you really enjoy. Next up is a racer, Moto Racer 4 Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 95% discount for the low price of £2.49. Which is a crazy deal because this includes all of the Season Pass content and extra bikes, riders and accessories as well. In this bike racing game, you get to race across asphalt and dirt on courses all around the world. It features customizable and upgradable bikes, drifting, tricks, 2-player local and 10-player online multiplayer as well. There are a lot of Moto racer games around, but this one's pretty cheap and it comes with a lot of content. The world's your oyster if you like these sorts of games, and you might just want to take a look at this one. And if you've never played a racing game like this before, they're on sale quite often and really cheap, so you don't need to be in a rush, but if you're interested, they're usually really cheap and you might just really enjoy them, so why not take a look? We have a load of fighters next. NARUTO Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Trilogy. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and is on a 75% discount for the crazy price of £6.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an absolutely unbelievable deal for fans of the series. All of these games are fighters, and the additions included are HD remasters of the first 3 Naruto games, so you're getting the best version of the games as well. These games follow the story from the anime, allowing you to battle your way through all of your favourite fights, unleashing powerful jutsu attacks and chase your enemies up walls and over water through the environments. If you're a big fan of Naruto, you'll absolutely love this bundle. But if you're not a fan of Naruto, then you probably don't want 3 full games of it. But hey, if that's the case, there's plenty more deals for you to check out, so take a look around. We have a JRPG next, SaGa SCARLET Grace Ambitions. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £7.49, which is really great, especially for a JRPG as they're usually pretty pricey. In this game, mankind has built an empire to combat the fallen god Firebringer and defend humanity, but after a millennia of fighting to defeat him, infighting has broken out amongst the survivors, and now it's up to you to forge a new future for mankind. This may not be from one of the biggest JRPG franchises, but hey, it looks really good. So if you're a fan of JRPGs, you should definitely consider it, as you may really enjoy this game. But if you've never played a JRPG before, then I would say start elsewhere, because you can pick up some legendary AAA ones at about the same price or cheaper, which is a much better place to start. Just be warned, JRPGs are really engaging and they take hours and hours to play, which is a great thing, but don't complain when you love it and you just lose days and weeks to them. They're totally worth it though, definitely take a look at one of them. Our next game is Submerged. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and is on at least an 80% discount for the price of £2.99 or £1.49 with PS Plus, which is a really great deal. This is a third-person adventure game, where Miku has brought her wounded brother to the city in search of the supplies to save his life. You must explore the sunken environments in your own time, discovering hidden secrets and the supplies you seek to save his life. I've completed this game, it was free ages ago on PS Plus, and I really enjoyed it. There's no combat, it's just a really nice relaxing adventure game, with no time limits or pressure. So if you like the sound of that, you'll really enjoy this game, and it's pretty cheap, so why not check it out. And if you've never played a game like this before, I definitely recommend it. It's nice and chill, and it's at a decent price, so why not take a look at it. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I did. And the final game I have for you is Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet Complete Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and is on an 86% discount for the price of £6.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an awesome deal, as this edition includes 3 DLC packs, 1 expansion, and bonus in-game items as well, so you're getting a huge amount of content included in this deal. It's such a good price, it really is. In this third-person action RPG, you get to experience an original story set in the Gun Gale Online universe, where you create your own avatar to explore the devastated lands, meeting familiar faces from the Sword Art Online series along the way. If you're a fan of Sword Art Online, you'll probably really enjoy this, especially if you like action RPGs, but if you're not a fan of Sword Art Online, then maybe you should look at some other RPGs instead, because there's usually something on sale, and you'll find something that's more enjoyable to you, or at least understandable if you don't follow the story in the series. And if you've never played an action RPG before, then you're better off starting somewhere else that doesn't have such a huge franchise and story attached to it. That way you can enjoy the game and story without having to worry about what you're missing out on or catching up on past story events. There's loads of RPGs though, and there's always some on sale, so don't worry about it, take a look around and you'll find an RPG that's decent, and you'll get yourself started in this amazing genre. And that's all the games I have for you for the end of year deals PSN sale. And what a great sale it is. After the train wreck there was the Black Friday sale, Man, this should have been the Black Friday sale instead. They really exploited people in that Black Friday sale. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, drop it a like, and if you like finding cool games and saving a lot of money, then subscribe so you never have to pay full price on the game ever again. And what did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones? Did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Did it deserve it, or did something else deserve it better? Throw all of your complaints down in the comments and we can argue about it later. I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly I hope you guys saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Hoil Var.